All righty then.
All right, David Priest, the metal priest. Here was Mr. John Schlitt.
It's great to see you all.
Petra, Head East, Sinners and Saints.
Sinners Saints, Jay Sekulow.
Jay Sekulow, right now.
And that's cooking. And a lot of my I do a lot of solo band stuff too. I mean, it's good to stay busy. It's good to have many eggs in a basket. That way you never have to depend on anyone.
Yeah, you're not taking on too much, though, right?
I never know, buddy.
Never know.
No, seriously. I'm hoping that I'm a traveler. I really am. I'm what you call a modern gypsy, and I've got a wife who totally understands that. She knows if I'm not out the road, I'm not a happy man.
Just a little bit more of this.
Well, thank you for doing this. It's good to see a different perspective of stuff.
It's fun to be able to do, especially with Mike. Our histories are so close, but yet so far away. And for us to both do acoustic with the brand of music we're known for, it's actually very unique. I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's harder. It's harder to do. But if people understood the intimacy of it, I think they'd enjoy it. They'd be able to have a little more fun.
Yeah. I was very surprised that you threw Jekyll and Hyde in there because out of all the albums that you guys have done, that's got to be the heaviest and had to have been the most difficult to try and.
You know
pull
what?
off an
And
acoustic set.
I started early, and so I messed up, and I was very upset about that. Yes. So, but it's a fun song to sing. It's so basic. It's so raw rock that I have to do it.
Yeah. Wow. That's one of my favorite albums. I mean, I'm a metal guy, so when you guys did the heavy stuff.
You know, and that's why that album, after it was out, and then after the lack of interest in it, it was why we retired.
Yeah.
We said, okay, we now know there's nothing we can do. There's no interest in what we do anymore. And that's why we retired. We almost, in June, or it was in April, Bob and I said, okay, it's time to retire. I said, well, we've got 2 more shows in June. Well, okay, let's do those and call it quits. And between that time period, I said, you know, Bob, the problem with Petra is we were out every year all the time, and people just took us for granted. I think we should at least give them one more chance to say goodbye, and vice versa. And so that's why we did the farewell tour, and that's why, like I said, we do a 2-hour show and sign for 3.
Right.
Because everybody wanted to say thank you, and we also wanted to do the same thing.
And you know, the thing is that maybe people just needed a break for a while.
It's very possible.
I mean, what's old is new, what's new is old, right? It comes around, goes around. In a lot of areas, there's a lot of resurgence of people digging the rock stuff, especially outside of the country.
Oh gosh, it's never changed outside the country. I mean, we retired in 2005-06 at New Year's Eve, and we played in Brazil 4 times since then. We always said we could do revivals or benefits, and we've done major stuff in Brazil. Bob and I went and did something in Scandinavia just recently. So there's still that interest, but we said we were retiring. It was hard for us. We tried to give our word and say, "Oh, you'll be back." No, we said we're not going out again. But that's tough. It's tough. I've got 2 people right now that are just bugging me a lot about doing it, and they have good reasons. So probably when I get back, I'm going to be talking to Bob and see if he's interested. And we've talked about it before. It's possible you might see Petra 2 or 3 shows or something.
Yeah.
Not a new record. No way. No, not another. Now I've got a new solo record coming out.
Yeah, that's good.
But I can't believe Bob would write anymore.
It's a fine line because you get to, the status where Petra is now, and even if you were to do, there's those of us that appreciate new stuff, but most of us, most of the people are just like, they want the retro stuff.
Yeah.
The vintage
Why
stuff.
even do? I mean, we've got 200 songs at least. I think we've got at least 20 albums, and all of them are in their own right amazing. I got to sing them. I know what I'm talking about. I got to deliver these messages that Bob and Johnny and all the other guys wrote that were amazing. And they're messages that a Christian band was supposed to deliver in a genre that we believed in, which was rock and roll.
Right.
So it was important to us.
So, as a solo artist, I mean, obviously Petra maybe retired, but you still keep going.
Absolutely.
The Jay Sekulow band is phenomenal. I mean, I know it's not a touring type thing, but I would love to see a West Coast show. I would be there.
We were just in Texas. We did a special benefit in Texas. And what's funny is you go out with Jay. I mean, you're bringing security. It's a major tour. It's fun. I mean, we bring our own lights, our own PA, our own video people, and our security. So it's a big tour, and I love it because it reminds me of the old Eddie's and Petra days. And the band's ridiculous. It's fun. But I mean, I've been blessed with a lot of great bands. Now I look back and whatever the word is, I'm looking back and I'm going, man, that was a great band. Well, that was a great band. And I'm learning, I'm taking what I took for granted for so long is that I've been very blessed to be with some great musicians. And that's why I've had a chance to sing the way I do, because I've been with great artists.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna argue on that one for sure. It's funny because it's kind of cool that we got to talk after I got to see the set, because you bring up all the history of a lot of these songs, and you mentioned the No Doubt album that you thought it was highly underrated.
I totally still say yes.
Just personally, that song, I shared that with more people than any other.
That's what we would get when the people were talking. Love beyond belief, but man, No Doubt we used. And I totally believe. And then, oh my gosh, 2 or 3 other songs on that record just stuck. I really like that album.
She loves Enter In. That's the one. It's just like worshiping every time.
Oh, that song, it was typical Bob. It was a message that is absolutely a Bible study done in rock and roll. I loved it. Again, like I said, I got to watch the songs develop because I was Bob's voice. And he'd come in and he'd try to show me what he wanted to sing, and Bob can't sing. Trust me. And
I heard the first time.
Oh my God. Oh. And
I'm like,
oh, that's what I did too. When I first joined the band, they sent me all the albums they had up at that time, up to Beat the System. And the first one, I listened to like the first song. Oh, that can't be the same band. I didn't listen to it. In fact, I don't think I listened to it until we did a reunion thing where the original Petra, the 4 guys, opened up for Petra. And I finally listened to the band and says, actually, it's a good band. I mean, you double guitar thing, it's a good band, but boy, they sing it. Oh. And then in Europe, they go, play Lucas McGraw. Pictures, I'm going, there is no way I'm going to sing Lucas McGraw. That is an insult. But man, they love Lucas McGraw in Europe.
Go figure.
Yeah, come on, guys. You have 400 other songs. At least do one of those.
What are you, European or something? Oh yeah, okay. So you mentioned you do have another solo album out. What can we expect on that? Is it going to be? You seem to get heavier with your age, so I'm just curious. Well, you're still rocking pretty good, man.
Actually, it probably is going to be. I love The Greater Cause. To me, was one of the finest records I've ever done. I really love The Greater Cause, which was my latest regular record. My Christmas album, probably my favorite, but Greater Cause was right what I wanted. And I told my producer, I said, listen, I don't know if you can follow that. And we're working on 8 songs right now. Got 2 more to do. And I'll have to say, they're different. They're rock. You're going to like them. A lot of action, a lot of changes, one song, my gosh, it's just in your face. Probably the closest thing to heavy metal I've done.
That's cool. Yeah, and I'm a metal guy, but I like all kinds of music. anything.
If you wanted to come and talk to me, you do. Come on.
any kind of rock. I mean, I like pop stuff. I don't really like country.
Did I say that? I said this here in the middle of country land.
I'm like, good evening, I'm Johnny Cash.
And
He used to play here quite a bit.
I've got a bunch of neighbors who are country stars, and they're good people, and we get along. It's just God, the same old thing over and over. Of course, that's what they say about rock too, but there's a difference. It's rock. Come on.
You guys gotta buy some planes.
Totally. So, I know when I was a kid growing up, of course, bands came through town all the time. It was really easy to find music. I know I saw you guys on the Beyond Belief tour. I saw you at
Saw Splice?
Destiny.
Oh yeah, the Unseen Power.
Unseen Power, yeah. With Newsboys, and Beyond Belief was with Josh McDowell.
Yeah.
You even saw the two guys from Petra.
You did. What did you think of that?
We did a show with you in Palmdale.
Okay. All right.
Little Baptist church. Not a lot of people show up kind of like this, but
Could you say this again?
You can lead in water, just can't make them drink, man.
right.
And Heath really believes in it. I mean, this is a good thing. I mean, you got Mike and I doing this. It's like, where are you going to see it? In Brazil, they loved it. Again, it's overseas. I'm afraid we got too much here that just they take it for
Some
granted.
shows together.
I think it is that, but I'm curious what the spiritual implications are. I mean, it seems like, there's a lot of people, a lot of young people leaving the
We
church,
go
a lot
way
of
back
people,
too, man.
a lot of animosity from atheists. It's like, I remember it used to be not as frowned upon, like if there was people in Christian music, it was kind of like, well, that's cool, it was a good thing, and they commended you for it. Now it's just like it's like you almost have to go underground, no pun intended. I won't go underground. But
Well, it's almost cyclic, but I mean, when Petra first came out, they had to sell records at the bookstores under the table because we were straight from hell, So it's all, but that's because we were too Christian. Now, then we weren't Christian enough. Now we're too Christian.
Right.
And I mean, especially in this part of the world,
Very cool.
they don't want to hear nothing about it.
It's an honor to be here.
That's what I was saying in Europe 20 years ago. It was make fun of Christ. It's okay for everybody else, for all the other religions. And I said, it's never going to happen here, and I'm afraid it's so blatant now. It's disgusting. But that means what I do is even more important because I'm not going to slow down. I'm not going to be silent. Does that mean nobody's going to come and see? That's their choice. But at least there's an option out there, and they can choose to listen.
Right.
And that's seriously. And with the internet, they're going to see it one way or the other. Even if it's a live shot that somebody takes on their phone and go, oh yeah, well, but the seed gets planted. As long as there's a seed to plant. As long as there's somebody who's willing to use rock to talk about Christ boldly. I'll tell you what, this next record is. It's going to probably be the least bold I've been in a long time, only because I'm seeing the changes. It'll be bold to anyone that listens to it, but it'll be very tame for me. In fact, my biggest concern is I want to believe in everything I do, and these songs, I'm going to have to make sure that I believe in it. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be Christ, the whole thing. It's going to be very artsy, I guess you'd say. But I'm going to make sure they understand what I'm saying about it.
Very cool. That's good to know. That's really good to know. Now, touring's not really a thing. Unless you're like, just the way the market is, bands just can't even tour.
No, you can't.
So many bands, even in the mainstream, just get they're not making any money.
Right.
But you do plan to try and do some live gigs?
Yeah, like I said, Jason and I and Billy Smiley are doing this storyteller tour, which is sort of like it's acoustic with the three of us. We tell stories about each of the songs we do, which are White Heart stories, Petra stories, and he's got amazing testimony. But it's going to be in very smaller places, and people they love it. We're getting more interested in that than doing any kind of tour at all. Because it means that a private citizen is totally in charge. They can put us where they want us. And it's not super expensive, but it's not cheap either. So if they're willing to do that, they're planning on doing something with it. So they've got interest in it. I personally think it might end up being the next thing.
Yeah. So I got excited when you mentioned it. I'm like, hey, come play my living room.
There you go.
No, you have no idea. My living room is already set up. My band practices in the living room.
There you go.
We flew the PA mates from the ceiling. It's like you walk in and it's just like overkill. There's like speakers in this corner, speakers in that corner.
Stacks.
Yeah, stacks everywhere, drums. I mean, it's just like the whole living room's just like gutted. It's turned into. We've got lighting truss up. We've got lights, fog, sound. It's all ready to go. You just come and plug it.
You have on Facebook. You put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
There you go. See.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be in front of more people than you would any club.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Come on.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I'll have to get a hold of your booking. See if you guys are the West Coast. I'll be like, yeah, we got it all set up.
Actually, I'm going to be. I think we're going to be back here in Bakersfield. At one of the shows. I think.
Cool. Maybe we can get something squeezed in. We're 2 hours, an hour and a half away from here.
Maybe the LA, Bakersfield, you can stop by.
What I found is like the LA crowd, because it's so spoiled down there, saturated. But if you get out of it, like anywhere up north Bakersfield, we went to show last week in Modesto and Celia, and it was like 300 people there for one band, and a band called Blood Good.
Oh yeah, Blood Good.
Yeah, and they had 300 people at each show.
That's not bad, buddy. I wish we had 300 people.
I know, right? But so Lancaster, and of course living rooms aren't as much to fill up, but you get people that
you could have 100 people, and it would look like an amazing event. And people love that. It's the old adage that it used to be. It used to be, okay, if you've got a 5,000 seat hall, great, you better fill it. If you don't, go to 1,500. Now it's, if you got a 500 seat hall, great. If you can't fill it, go to 100. It's a whole different ballgame. Thanks to the internet, where you have people just sitting in their house, never wanting to go anywhere.
Yeah. It's different technology. Who knew?
Technology has destroyed music. Has helped it. Now it's destroying touring, but it's helped it in a certain way. We have to flex with it, and I'm having a hard time because I like the way it was.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lay down and die because God gave me a voice that I'm supposed to use, and I'm going to try to keep using it as long as He allows me to have it. And as long as the wrinkles don't get so far in the way that nobody is afraid to look at me. So that kind of thing.
Praise God. John, thank you so much. Just chatting with us for a little bit. We'll catch up and see what's going on.
Hey, Mike and Jason are going to do a song from my old band, Never Been a Reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're going to do that as an encore.
That's cool.
So stick around.
Yeah, we'll be here.
That'll be fun. First time the three of us ever done that together, so it should be interesting.
So we're going to film it.
Do it.
Put it on Facebook, right?
Well, if it's any good. If it sucks, we'll warn you. If it sucks, no, don't do it.
Confiscate that camera.
Yeah, don't get that camera right now.
Security. Thank you, John. God bless you, man. It's good to see you. Good to hear you.
Thank you. And I'm sorry.